Arsene, be honest, for a lot of the second half, would you have settled for a point?
Well, in the second half, I thought if we stay 1-1 until the last 10 minutes, we will have to come, and you never know. We have the quality to create chances. But in the second half, we had big chances. Our problem was the first half, where we were not in the game. What was fantastic is that we were 1-1 at half time, because we could have been 2 or 3 down, and in the second half was much more level, I think. They didn't create clear-cut chances, and we had two or three clear-cut chances. In the end, when you see the ball landing in the feet of Van Persie, you know that he can deliver the special goal. That's what he did again today. From not a lot, he did a lot.
Is he quite simply invaluable to you? You cannot afford to lose him.
No, you can never afford to lose a player of that quality, but I believe at the moment you have to give him big credit, because in every game he turns up with something special.
Do you also give great credit to your goalkeeper today too?
Yeah, there were 2 men of the match today in our team, Wojciech, Chesney and Van Persie, yes.
What does this give you more than the 3 points today?
Well, it gets us away from Liverpool in a substantial way, and it keeps the confidence high. You know, we're on a good run now, and we play at home next week, so puts us in good condition as well to make the impossible possible on Tuesday night. We'll have a go, and let's see, but at least we got maybe a bit lucky 3 points today, but you take them when you can.
Thank you, Arsene. Well done.
Thank you.
2 man of the matches, Arsene Wenger says. How important was Wojciech Szczesny today?
Extremely. I mean, you look at the stats and it seems that Pepe Reina would have been busier, but it didn't seem that way, did it? Everything he did with confidence. He was positive. He does exude that authority about him, and they haven't had that really since Jens Lehmann. He's a proper goalkeeper, this lad. As I say, his decision-making was excellent. Will he get better?
Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah. Definitely, yeah. How old is he at the moment? He's only a young lad.
Brave as well, Alan, isn't he?
Yeah. But he's got that, you know, off the pitch as well. He's got an inbred confidence in him, and I think that transmits itself to the defence, doesn't he? He doesn't get ruffled, a bit like David Seaman I played with. You know, nothing really ruffled him. He'd just get on with it. I think the best keepers are like that.
We can hear now from Szczesny. He's with Jeff.
Wojciech, is that one of your best games in an Arsenal shirt?
It's one of the most enjoyable, because we won the game at a very tough venue, with the odds against us really, because you know, at some point in the first half, you know, we were getting killed, to be honest with you, and we managed to score an equaliser and then late win in the second half. So it's very enjoyable, yeah. Talk
me through that double penalty save.
Well, I don't know. I got a little bit of a stick from the boss yesterday for not saving the previous 3 penalties. I went the right way every single time and didn't get anywhere near it. So there was pressure on me today. Managed to save the first one. I didn't really believe I could save the rebound, but I think he scuffed it a little bit, and he wasn't actually that difficult to save in the end. So yeah, it was a good moment for me.
Was that better than the save from Suarez?
I don't know. You know, all the saves are enjoyable when you help the team, especially when you leave the pitch winning the game and you feel that you've actually helped your team in a way. Sometimes you make a lot of saves, but you end up losing the game, and none of your saves matter. Today, I managed to help my teammates. Robin gave me the champagne at the end of the game, so it was a very good day.
Congratulations, well done.
Thank you very much, thank you.
I'm not sure Robin Van Persie's fridge can probably hold anymore.
But I think it shows you what a good captain he is. At the start of the year when he was made captain, I thought, is the role going to be suited for him? But I think he's really grown into it. Last week when Theo Walcott got a bit of criticism, he stuck up for him again, and I think he speaks up for his own players. I think he's grown up as a man and as a player, because I think early on in his career, I think people question marks about his, you know, about how he was on the field, and sometimes a bit rash and making decisions. But I think he's grown into that captaincy role, hasn't he?
Yeah. Well, yeah, without question. I think sometimes you don't know about somebody until they are given the armband, until they are given that responsibility. And being a forward, it's not always the obvious choice, is it? But I think he's just flourished.
Let's get some reaction from the Liverpool dressing room. Kenny Dalglish is speaking to Jeff Shreves.
Ken, is it difficult to believe you haven't got at least a point out of that?
I think it's difficult for anybody to believe it, but that's the way it goes. We played some fantastic stuff, came away with nothing.
Does that make it even more frustrating, the fact that you played so well?
No, I think it's rewarding when you consider where we were before. that we're capable of playing against a team like Arsenal and doing as well as we've done and being so dominant as we were in the first half. I think it's the scoreline doesn't reflect the game. And if you're going to judge people with the scorelines, yeah, it'll be disappointing. But I think you judge it with what we're capable of doing and what we showed what we're capable of doing in the first half.
Were you beaten by a moment of brilliance?
No, we were beaten because we never scored enough goals. He could have given me 2, but still had plenty in hand to get more than 2. So at the end of the day, Van Persie's a fantastic footballer. There's no doubt about that. But we can only try our best to stop him. But we did enough to have won that game.
Mathematically, of course, it's still possible for you to get 4th place, but 10 points behind Arsenal now. Realistically, do you think that's your chance gone?
No, we'll keep going. As we said before, we'll add the points up at the end of the season, so see where we finish up. No different today as where it was back in August. So we'll just get on with what we can do.
Thanks, Kenny.
No problem.
Well, it's a big gap, isn't it? 10 points that Liverpool will have to make up. Is it doable, Jamie?
It's going to be difficult now. The fixtures aren't so bad, but it's just a case of the home form, David, I think, really. When they've drawn 8 here and they lose today as well, I think it's just going to take the wind out of their sails. And the fact that 10-point gap now with Arsenal is huge, and to turn that around and you haven't got a lot of time to do it, it's tough.
It's not just Arsenal, is it? It's Chelsea and Newcastle they have to overhaul as well.
Well, it is, but the great sign today was the return to form of Luis Suarez. You know, if he can continue playing like he did today, he lifts the whole team and he lifts the ground because he just led from the front brilliantly. I thought Arsenal did actually really well second half to restrict him. I thought they defended against him better and he wasn't such a force, but he did some sensational things today, I thought, and if he continue in that vein, who knows? You've always got a
He must
chance.
be sat in that dressing room thinking, how on earth have I not got on the score sheet today? This one here, hit the post, his little touches, and this is genius. Look at this, 4 players, 3, 4, and it's so unlucky. Great save. I think the keeper actually does well, just reads it. But he is one of the great wrigglers I've ever seen.
But is that the only thing lacking? That final touch? Yes, he's hitting the post. He's bringing some great saves out of goalkeepers, but he's only scored 6 goals.
Yeah, it is really. I think that's what it is. Just that clinical edge that I think Liverpool are missing. I mean, is it 22 times, 21 they've hit the post or crossbar this year? I mean, that if you could convert that into points, if you were to get 10 of those goals at the end of the post, I mean, how many more points you have? You'd be probably pretty much guaranteed a Champions League place by now. But I mean, that just shows you that they maybe just miss somebody that can, maybe Aguero, that could just put that ball in the back of the net. But how much does he cost? It's £40 million to get someone like him.
It's not such an issue as well. If some teammates chip in as well, we've spoken about Stuart Downing and Dirk Coutts had a lean season. You know, Jordan Henderson coming into it. So the fact that they haven't had some midfielders chipping in with goals as well, and of course there's the Andy Carroll question as well, because I thought they looked a better team without him. So that's a problem for Kenny Dalglish to manage.
But that was the sharpest he's looked today since he's come back from his suspension. I thought he was amazing, as I say. In the second half, I think Arsenal, as Alan said rightly, they just managed to to stop him and quell that threat that he had.
And what about Arsenal? Eyeing Spurs?
Well, they're almost breathing down the neck, aren't they? It wasn't a great result for Spurs
Almost,
today.
I think they are.
Well, yeah, probably. I mean, especially given Spurs are playing
4
Manchester
points.
United tomorrow. No, a lot to be hopeful about for the rest of the season. There's been plenty of